What do you think we'll find? Could be anything in there. But if I cannot get the key to work, we'll never know. Yeah, I suppose we could break in through the window. There. Close the door, would you? Look at all this. This place is filled to the rafters. No, I had no idea. I've never been here before. I inherited the place, yes, but I know next to nothing about it. Just, that it was a cottage in the woods, next to a village no one's ever heard about. Why don't you start going through the stuff in the crate over there and start writing down an inventory? I'll take a look at the potions. There's so many bottles here. Ugh, this one stinks. No label. Whatever it once was, it's rancid now. This one has a label. It's hard to read. Elixir of moonlight. This is difficult to make. Oh, I can do it, but it's time-consuming and finicky. It grants temporary night vision and restores and strengthens you when you're exposed to moonlight. Yes, exactly. It draws on the moon, a rare skill for an alchemist to be able to infuse such powers into their potions. I meant elixir. The difference? Elixirs are more refined somehow, specialized, and more expensive. Potions are more common, stuff for everyday use. Although I use those words interchangeably. The elixir of moonlight would sell for quite a lot. Whispering Shadows. Fancy name for an eavesdropping potion. It allows the drinker to hear faint conversations from great distances. Hey, are you writing this down? Bottled sunbeam. Look at this. It really does look like liquid sunlight. useful for dispelling darkness and undead. You can bring it dungeon delving instead of a torch or lantern. I wonder why she brewed these. It couldn't have been for herself, surely. And I can't imagine that many adventurers would pass through here. So much dust. I don't think anyone's been here since she croaked. Yeah, the villagers are, understandably, hesitant to enter a dead witch's house. Anything in here could be cursed, right? Oh, I wouldn't put it past her. Not from what I've heard, anyway. But look on the bright side. Since everything is untouched, that increases our chance of finding something valuable. And we've got nothing else to do right now. We can't return to the city for a good while because of the incident. Of course it wasn't my fault. Don't be silly. We've been over this. If people had left me alone, I would have been perfectly amiable. I did not instigate it. I had due course. Well, I call people what they act like. Look, we're trying to set up shop here, like we planned. And we'll see how it goes. It should work well enough as long as I'm the silent partner, brewing in the back, and you man the counter, okay? That was the plan. Let's stick to it this time. And if you want lunch in the middle of the day again, you'll have to close the store. Let's continue. Phantom's Draught. Stormborn Tonic. Potion of Frostbite. So far, I haven't found anything basic, like a simple healing potion. I actually never met her, you know. I think that's why I inherited her. From the stories I heard, she was quarrelsome, and she kept grudges. I was probably the only relative who didn't piss her off at some point, and that was simply because we never met. Oh, you can see the family resemblance, can you? Yeah, I suppose we both have a temper. Have/had. Dragon's Heart Brew. It boosts strength and endurance for a short period, but leaves the drinker exhausted afterwards. You can climb up a vertical cliff with this stuff. Just make sure you have a safe place to rest. Slumber wine. It's usually a deep blue liquid, but this is a bit greyish. Too old, probably. Slumber wine induces a dreamless sleep in mere moments. Yes, it's simply a strong sleep draught. The bottle is almost empty. Witch's Veil grants temporary invisibility, but it leaves behind a faint, airy mist. Works well enough at night. It's a cheaper version of a proper potion of invisibility. Alchemist's Fireblood. This one warms the body and protects against cold, but it makes the drinker more susceptible to heat-based attacks. Another potion used by adventurers. I wonder if she sold it or used it herself. Yes, perhaps she ventured into the woods at night and fought monsters. Who knows? There used to be fire lizards in these parts, according to the Elderman. Oh, I spoke to him a bit last night, at the inn. It was after you'd gone to bed. He seems nice. A bit talkative. He probably wanted to get a sense of what I'm like. He hoped I would settle down here and open Mildred's business back up. He said every village needs a witch. No, he didn't mention you. I don't think he quite knew what to make of you. Here's one that most village witches have for sale. A potion of growth. No, of course not. Don't be vulgar. It's plant growth, not... You have a dirty mind. Farmers use this on struggling crops sometimes. This one just says mirror walking. Mirror walking is very difficult to do. And it's a spell, not a potion. It enables you to step through a reflective surface and exit through another one, somewhere else. Usually a mirror. It's used by spies, assassins, and sometimes just by witches or sorcerers to visit one another, but not often. It's high level. I wonder if this enables you to do it outright, or if it just makes the spell easier to cast. I've never seen a potion version of this before. I wonder if the old lady is pulling my leg. Or perhaps it's just mislabeled. Most of these potions are highly specialized. I expected to find more normal stuff. Mana, healing, poison. Aunt Mildred, I'm starting to think you were not an ordinary witch. I don't know. Perhaps she was just very talented, but preferred to live alone and didn't like attention. I can certainly understand that sentiment. I wonder if she had a recipe book. Let's see what's on her bookshelf. The blooming elixir. A study of plant-based alchemy. By the index, it describes the flora of Western Amerind and the plant's applications in alchemical brews. This is a great handbook for the local flora. No wonder it was the easiest one to reach for. She must have used it all the time. Essence and Ether, a guide to alchemical spirits. This work details how to extract, trap, and use spirits in potion making. Printed more than 70 years ago. This would be illegal today. Of course I'm putting it back on the shelf. It's my inheritance. I'm keeping it. Besides, there's probably far worse things in here. The Transmutation Primer. A beginner's guide to changing base materials into valuable substances. It's heavily annotated. She tried most of these recipes, it seems. There's a recipe for antediluvian gems. It looks very long and complicated. This one is actually called Banned Brews and Forbidden Formulas. I told you we'd find something worse. It's locked. I cannot open it. I'll figure it out later. The Alchemist's Bestiary. A bestiary of magical creatures and the ingredients they can provide. Some ethically questionable. Wonder if she did hunt monsters for ingredients, or maybe others did it for her, and she paid them in rare potions. That would make a lot of sense with all the specialized potions we've found so far. The Mirror and the Mind. Illusory potions explained. Guide to Mirror Walking. Interesting. Tears of the Moon. Lunar aligned elixirs. It's a detailed study on elixirs that only work on the moonlight, like the elixir of moonlight. Smoke and Shadow, a catalogue of vapors, poisons, and perfumes. The final draught. This book seems to be dedicated entirely to lethal poisons and their antidotes. Some pages have been torn out. Blood and Brimstone, the art of infernal alchemy. It looks demonic enough. Hellfire-infused potions. I think I'll leave this one alone. Yeah, that's a bit much even for me. From Frog to Prince, Transmutations of the Living. A somewhat dubious guide on altering the body with alchemical means, from growing wings to shifting forms. That's all the books on the shelf. How are you doing over there? What's that pile of stuff you've gathered? Oh, so those are the ingredients you're not familiar with. All the others from that crate are sorted through then. Sure, I'll take a look. I probably know what most of them are. These are ghost cap mushrooms, bioluminescent, or at least they are before you pick them. Grows in caves. They're used in that bottled sunbeam potion I found. I'm not sure what this is. Some sort of ash. Spectra analysium per ignis et luna. Oh, This is phoenix ember, a piece of ash from a phoenix's last rebirth. Silver thorn berries, dry and metallic looking, used in potions of healing and purification. By the spikes, these are dragon bones. You can grind them into a fine chalky powder, a potent ingredient in any strength-enhancing brews. And these are frozen lichen. They remain ice cold no matter the temperature. Basilisk eyes. Several pairs. Preserved in salt, used in petrifying potions. Starflower petals. They glow faintly on the moonlight and are used in sleep draughts and sometimes for prophetic dreams. These are thunder beetle carapaces. They kind of crackle. Can you hear that? Useful for shock-based elixirs. More ash, but this type I do recognize. This is wraith ash, the remains of a banished ghost, used for nothing good. Cimera blood. See how it shifts and changes? It's used in transformation potions. Lunar quartz, a rare mineral that absorbs moonlight, can be ground into powder for vision-enhancing elixirs. Infernal honey. I don't know how she got hold of this, but it might be related to that Blood and Brimstone book. You got all that? We're making some small progress. What about this crate? I'll take a look then. It seems like a lot of knick-knacks. A waning moon medallion. A snake-handled candle snuffer. Nice design. Mouse skull dice. Carved with runes. There's a small note at the bottom. Hey, move the lantern a bit closer. The writing is almost faded. It's a short list of some sort. Things to get rid of. 1. Bewitched broom. Cleans too aggressively. 2. Alchemical rats. Prolonged exposure to various potions and fumes have, over generations, bred fire-breathing rats that can phase through walls. Exterminator ran away. No wonder. Pocket dimensional rift. A swirling tear in reality, hiding behind the cabinet in the corner. Occasionally sucks in loose papers and small objects. Infernal contract. A dusty scroll with a half-signed name glowing faintly. N.B. Do not finish signing your name. I wonder if she did get rid of it all. If not, these things will be our problem. We should, keep an eye out. And stay away from the cabinet in the corner, just in case. Did you find anything else? More books? These seem like personal notebooks. Recipe books, perhaps. Or are they diaries? You think we shouldn't read them? Because it's personal stuff. We could learn something important about the shop. And these are mine now. It seems to be a kind of mix between almanac and diary. There are some short, terse, journal-like entries. Nothing too long. Most of it are notes about the weather and appointments. There are repeated mentions of someone called Sir Roderick. Sounds like a knight. And it seems they knew each other well. Perhaps we should ask the elder man about him. Sir Roderick and I went to the Moonwell again. He was right. It is a place of power. The potions I brew there are more potent than the ones I make at home. This is interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna read this whole thing. Why don't you sort through the rest of the stuff in the crate, and I'll just sit there and read for a while. Alright, I'll let you know what I found later. I think it's starting to rain.